Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Riviera Resort. If you're just joining us, we are on our way to Epcot. Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the most magical flight on Earth. We are now traveling along Buena Vista Drive. This roadway and the city of Lake Buena Vista were established in 1969 when Walt Disney World Resort was first being developed. They are both named after Buena Vista Street in Burbank, California, where the Walt Disney Company headquarters are still located today. Pack your passports. We are on our way to Epcot International Gateway. When we arrive, remember to use your My Disney Experience mobile app or visit a FastPass Plus kiosk to review your worldly itinerary for the day. Ladies and gentlemen, in just a few moments, we will be taking a scenic spin around the Skyliner turn station. Please remain seated. This station was designed for turning only. Coming into view is Disney's Boardwalk Inn and Disney's Boardwalk Villas. From elegant dining and magical lounges to lively entertainment just off the shores of Crescent Lake, this charming seaside resort relives the golden era of Atlantic beach towns and turn-of-the-century amusement parks. If you are planning to visit World Showcase today, now might be a good time to practice your holas, ni haos, and konnichiwas. When you arrive at each nation's pavilion, cultural hosts will be waiting to greet you in their native language, helping make your visit to Epcot a truly international exchange.
Please lower your head and watch your step. For your safety, remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat at all times. Parents, please supervise your children and refrain from flash photography or using video lights until we reach the greenhouses. Thank you. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy living with the land.
Por su seguridad, permanezca sentado con sus manos y brazos, pies y piernas dentro del barco y cuida a los pequeñitos. A manera de recordatorio, no tomar foto con flash y luz de video antes de llegar a Niño Altero.
Welcome to a voyage of discovery and awareness of the richness, the diversity, and the often surprising nature of living with the land. Our journey begins as dramatic and sudden changes are sweeping over the land. The approaching storm may seem violent and destructive to us, but to nature, it's a new beginning in the cycle of life. Beneath the surface of the land, roots trap water from the flowing mud, extracting precious nutrients and minerals. These elements, when combined with sunlight, create the diverse living systems of our planet. One of those living systems is the rainforest, home to the most amazing concentration of life on our planet. These dense and beautiful forests cover only a tiny portion of the Earth's surface, but they contain more than half of its plant and animal species. Rainforests are also extremely rich and productive living systems, providing us with oxygen, food, medicines, and other elements essential to our lives. In the desert, nature has created a very different, but no less beautiful living system. And while this arid landscape may seem lifeless, it is very much alive. The plants and animals that have learned to survive in these harsh conditions make use of what little water they can find and avoid the scorching rays of the relentless sun. The American prairie once appeared as desolate as the desert, but over time, rainwater and nutrients gradually penetrated the hard surface of this land. Even the hooves of the mighty buffalo helped create the rich soil that would one day become home to the American farm. Of all the forces at work on the land, humans have had one of the most profound effects: the need to produce food for a growing world led to the enormous use and sometimes overuse of the land. In our search for more efficient ways to grow food, we often fail to realize the impact of our methods. Today, we're learning to live with the land, discovering better ways to grow food that will assure both human and environmental well-being.
We can make farmland more fertile without the need for chemicals. Here at Epcot, we're learning to reduce the need for chemical pesticides by breeding and using natural predators, like ladybugs and wasps, to control pests. In the farmlands across America, we're learning that by plowing under vegetation containing natural fertilizers, we can enrich the soil without the use of chemicals. We're learning to produce food on desert seacoasts by developing and planting crops that thrive on saltwater. In Japan, we're learning that by mixing leaves and other living materials into our soil, we can
How will we meet tomorrow's growing needs for food production, yet still respect the needs of the land? Some of the answers are being discovered just ahead. To help us maintain these carefully controlled ecosystems, and for your safety, please remain seated in your boat at all times. Welcome to our living laboratories, where scientists from Epcot and the U.S. Department of Agriculture are exploring innovative ways to produce bountiful harvests now and into the future. The tropics are home to the greatest diversity of plants. When we mention farming, you probably don't think of fish, but fish farming, or aquaculture, accounts for nearly half of all the seafood consumed globally. Tilapia, bass, and catfish, like the ones you see here, are three of the more popular crops raised by fish farmers. The sustainable system we're using here recycles the water in the tanks. As a result, we're able to save millions of gallons each year. Our small fish farm produces nearly 5,000 pounds of fish each year to serve in restaurants around Walt Disney World. Innovations like this one can play an important role in our efforts to produce bountiful harvests and still protect natural resources. While there are more than 50,000 edible plant species in the world, most of us are only familiar with the handful that make up our everyday diet. The common grains growing here, wheat, maize, sorghum, and millet, plus rice, account for nearly 2/3 of our global food consumption. Learning how to increase yields of these staples is an important goal of research around the world. These plants are definitely on their way up. Innovative growing techniques like these increase yields while more efficiently using resources like water, fertilizer, and pesticides. Another innovation at work here is our integrated pest management program. By populating our greenhouses with beneficial insects that prey on harmful pests like aphids and flies, we are significantly reducing our reliance on conventional pesticides. We're growing these crops using our nutrient film system. This technique precisely controls and recycles water and nutrients. With it, we can produce over 27,000 heads of lettuce a year in this one small area. Some of our best ideas have been inspired by nature, like these fruit and vegetable trees. By growing these ground plants vertically, we can increase yields and better control diseases. These crops taste as good as they look. In fact, we serve more than 15 tons of produce from
Drive-through open house. I'm Dr. Nigel Channing, chairman of the Imagination Institute. Hello. On your tour, you'll see how the 5 human senses can help capture your imagination.
Oh, can I go too?
Absolutely not. This is one of our discoveries, the figment of imagination.
Yeah, I know all about the senses. There's sight, sound, smell, touch, coochie-coochie-coo, and taste. Tastes like chicken. Can I go? Please, please, please.
No, I don't want you out of my sight.
Out of sight? Okay. Come on, everybody. Here we go.
Figment, you are not to interfere with the tour. Our first stop is the sound lab. We'll begin by testing your hearing with a series of tones. Left ear, right ear. Left, right. What? This is odd. Hello?
Hello.
Who is this?
It's Figment.
Figment? I thought I told you not to interfere.
But you've got it wrong, Doc. It's not about listening with your ears. It's about listening with your imagination.
Now I've completely lost my train of thought.
No, you haven't. It's over here. All aboard. Woo-hoo! Next stop, imagination. For every sound your ears are hearing, 1,000 thoughts can start appearing, and each of us imagines different things. From just the sound, your mind has wings.
Continuing now, if I may, in a calm, scientific, figment-free manner, the things we see with our eyes can control the eyes of the imagination. Let's begin by using the eye chart to test your vision. Now, all together, if you would please read line 3 and...
With F-I-G-N-E-N-T, you can see things differently. Sure, you can see with your eyes, but imagine what you could see if you used your imagination. Follow the bouncing figment. One spark of light can light your fancy. Your mind sees more than what your eyes see. Your sense of sight can make your fancy fly. There's more to sight than meets the eye.
I say imagination must be captured and controlled.
Imagination works best when it's set free. Just turn your imagination loose and anything can happen.
Figment? Oh, he's gone. Our research shows that smells often trigger the imagination, especially when pleasant, familiar smells come into play.
Come into play? I'd love to.
Figment, this is not a good time.
It's always a good time to use your imagination, so let the good times roll.
Figment, don't! Oh, yes, that really stinks!
Of course, Doc. The nose knows.
One awful whiff can send you reeling. One lovely sniff can be appealing. Your mind can find what enters through your nose. That's how you tell a slug is not a rose.
You know, I'm sorry, but after that big stink in the smell lab, I hesitate to send you into the touch and taste labs. Perhaps I should end my open house right here.
Great idea. We'll go to my open house instead. It's much more fun. Right this way, everybody.
Figment, what is going on? You're turning this entire open house upside down.
Upside down? Now you're talking. That's the best idea you've had all day.
With just a spark of inspiration, I made my house an innovation. Imagination really climbs around. Makes them right up and upside down.
Now here's a real open house. Come on in. So, what do you think? Is it neat?
More than you can imagine.
Doc, it's exactly what I imagined. Imagination is the brain's open house.
Oh, of course! Imagination is just turning your thinking upside down. Come on, it's time to get back to the Institute.
I know a shortcut.
Well, if you can't beat them, join them. We all have sparks.
Imagination. That's how our minds create creations.
We set them free and know what they can do. Those magic sparks
From me and you.
You see, Doc, I knew you'd get it. Because you've got a wonderful imagination.
I do? Oh, yes. Well, thank you, Figment. And so, as you can plainly see, imagination works the best when it's set free.
You said it, Doc. Imagination is a blast.
When stop momentarily. For your safety, remain seated at all times. During your slow-moving journey, your time machine will slowly rotate back and may stop momentarily. For your safety.
Welcome aboard. On the map in front of you, you see the village where you're from while you input your time travel coordinates.
Hello. behind. Now let's move ahead to ancient Egypt, because something is about to happen here that will change the future forever. This unknown Egyptian pounding reeds plan is inventing a parrot. The parrot in turn creates better record keeping, mass, size, and unfortunately access. But it also brings with it the dawn of great civilization. At this point, each civilization has its own form of writing, which none of the others can understand. But the Phoenicians, who trade with all of them, have a solution. They create a simple common alphabet adaptable to most languages. Remember how easy it was to learn your ABCs? From the Phoenicians, they invented it. With lessons learned from the Greeks, the Romans created powerful empires. To move their armies around, they built a system of roads all over the known world. Rome built the first worldwide way, and it's leading us into the future. And the great library of Alexandria in Egypt is burned. Much of our learning is destroyed, lost forever. It turns out there are copies of some of these books in the libraries of Greece, before they were Arab and Jewish scrolls. Call it the first backup system. The books are saved, and with them our dreams of the future. In the meantime, here in Europe, monks draw endlessly copy books by hand. That is about to change. Now knowledge can travel as fast as possible.
Excluded artists grazie a noi schieri, vero vivo stuccio di marmo e oro.
Epcot. Now connecting from the Atlantic to the Pacific.
One of the six world forces to evacuate this inspirational athlete. Deadline presents against your heart. Americans getting on the team of 4 gold medals and the hearts of the crowd here in the
Young people with a passion for shaping the future put the power of the computer in everyone's hands. Together we build a super network that glows with business and interaction. Stand on the brink of a new renaissance.
Please remain seated, time travelers. Attention, travelers. Please remain seated. Your time machine is rotating backward for your return to Earth. In preparation for your return to Earth, your time machine...
Bienvenidos. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del barco. Y cuídese.
¡Vamos! ¡Luego todo el fin! ¡Gracias! Excuse me, you see the cat? Hey, hey, hey! Oh, no. Goodbye! Excuse Oh, no, you don't. Showtime! Now we got you, amigo. To play as we go. We sing and we samba, we shout. What means I caramba? Oh yes, I don't know. With these caballeros, 3 caballeros, they say we are birds of a feather. We're happy amigos, no matter where we go. They want you and we go, we're always together.
For your safety, please remain seated, supervise children, and refrain from smoking in the cabin.
traveling to Disney's Riviera Resort, with a final stop at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. We hope you enjoyed your visit to Epcot and World Showcase. Did you learn how to say hello in a different language today? Soon we'll be flying past Disney's Boardwalk Inn and Disney's Boardwalk Villas. This charming lakeside resort offers magical lounges, enchanting restaurants, and live entertainment on the boardwalk every evening. We are now approaching the Skyliner turn station. While this special station was designed just for turning, other Skyliner stations were designed to complement their unique environments. From the glamour of Disney's Hollywood studios to the laid-back islands of Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. We hope you are enjoying your journey on the most magical flight on Earth. We are now traveling along Buena Vista Drive.
Oh, they won't even answer the phone. It just occurred to me there at the other shop. I just got in the morning. I forgot. Thursdays are the other place. Yeah, no doubt this video. To do whatever I gotta do.
the most picturesque vacation destinations in the world, the European Riviera has fascinated and inspired many great artists over the centuries, including Walt Disney himself.